Transitioning to SoftLedger, what to expect in the first 45 days of the journey. This presentation is for those who are already signed up and ready to transition to SoftLedger, as well as those who are currently considering a transition. The structure of the presentation will follow the structure of the onboarding at SoftLedger. So we'll commence with the stage 1, the introduction meeting. We'll then discuss the static data discovery session, report mapping session, followed by the configuration session, opening balances and historical data validation. We'll then take a look at the 3 training sessions in stages 6 to 8. Stage 9, feedback. We'll take a look at some of the FAQs that are asked during the first 45 days. And then we'll finish off with a recap summarising the key points from today's session. Stage 1, introduction meeting. In this meeting, the SoftLedger Customer Success Manager and VP of Customer Success will meet with nominated members of your team who will be managing the implementation. Typically, this will be 2 team members, but can be more. In the meeting, the agenda will typically cover off role assignments, so the setting up of members of your team with the necessary SoftLedger access, in addition to broadly designating who will be responsible for different parts of the implementation process. The gathering of historical data from you. We will request data from you which is in your pre-existing software already, such that it is ready and available for transition to SoftLedger. Typically, this includes nominal/general ledger account transactions, a closing trial balance as at the transition date from the old software, chart of accounts, vendor lists, customer lists, and so on. We'll also set the stage for onboarding, so we'll give you an overview of the onboarding process, which is expected to last up to 45 days. And we'll also define what success looks like from your point of view, such that we're always on the right direction. Stage 2, the static data discovery session. In this session, we take a deeper look at the data provided by you, such that we can begin to transition your data set as it currently stands into SoftLedger. This is so a base level setup is ready for customized configurations later on. Topics for discussion will include, but are not limited to, your entity/group structure, chart of accounts as it is currently defined, key vendor/customer accounts to upload, dimension settings for reporting purposes, like is the business going to report on a product or cost center basis, warehouse setup for those managing stock, and crypto settings for those holding crypto assets. Stage 3, the report mapping session. Within this session, we'll walk through your reporting requirements. For example, we'll consider whether you need reporting at a product, department or service stream level, and consideration will be given to the chart of accounts mapping required for reporting purposes, as well as to any data entry requirements. Top tip: it's extremely useful in this meeting if you come to us with the recent management report examples, as well as a wish list of any reporting you would like to see. SoftLedger is a multi-dimensional, versatile platform, so your needs will be catered for. Stage 4, configuration session. At this stage, SoftLedger will be fine-tuned to match your specific requirements. This session is most valuable after a period of use by your team, so you should ideally attend the meeting with a list of refinements to be included in the setup. Examples of potential refinements include amendments to user permissions, specific field setup for the inputting of items like purchase invoices, sales invoices, and journals, chart of accounts amendments, further reporting adjustments, and system settings. Top tip: a member of staff should ideally replicate a previously produced report pre-transition in SoftLedger to commence with. It is a good introduction to using the features and also ensures that configurations/mappings are set up in the way they are needed. Stage 5, opening balances and historical data validation. Most customers come to SoftLedger from another system, so it's critical to get historical data validated and confirmed before moving on to the next set of priorities. The approach taken at this stage of the onboarding will typically take one of 2 formats, either by the upload of the closing trial balance from the previous system, or by using an upload of historical general ledger transactions. This latter method enables for more detailed historic data to be seen directly in SoftLedger post-transition, as opposed to a set of opening balances alone. When using this method, the data to be used is adjusted to the SoftLedger format. Support is on hand to assist with this process. Within this session, we'll also cover checking that the opening balances in SoftLedger agree to the previous closing balances from the old software, rerunning of historic reports in SoftLedger and cross-matching them to previous reports produced, and discussion of any teething issues or setup issues spotted when looking through historic data. Stage 6, Training Session 1. Now that a base level data setup is available in SoftLedger, training can commence. In this first session, a tailored and detailed screen share takes place in order to focus on the features of SoftLedger which will be practically used by you and your team. The customer success team will direct you through this session subject to your specific needs, and a recorded version will subsequently be made available for your reference. Stage 7, Training Session 2. This is a follow-up training session which is highly useful to focus on core processes specific to your organisation. Compared to Stage 6, this session focuses much more on practical work-based issues such as workflows and how to record transaction scenarios. Stage 8, Training Session 3. This is a Q&A session to answer any queries you and your team may have after using SoftLedger for a period of time. It's a great opportunity to go over best practice scenarios when using the software, and more training is available subject to your requirements, although most customers are ready after Training Session 3. Stage 9, Feedback. Feedback is critical to SoftLedger's success. This is your opportunity to let us know how we've performed. We refer back to the success metric as defined in Stage 1. We are committed to meeting this benchmark, so corrective action is defined and taken in the unlikely event your expectations have not been met. Frequently asked questions during the first 45 days include: I've lost my password, how do I log in? Passwords can be reset by the login page, but be sure to check your spam folder since most password reset emails go there. Where are the templates for beginning balances or historical uploads? All templates are available in our knowledge-based articles. Why do the financial statements in SoftLedger not match reports previously run in our old system? This is typically a chart of accounts mapping/report creation issue, which can be fixed easily. It can also be due to differences based on varying accounting system approaches to forex conversion, remeasurement, and translation. How do I get help when I have an issue? SoftLedger has an app chat facility and a support email. A customer success manager is also assigned to each account, ensuring that all transitions run smoothly. What is the upfront time commitment needed when transitioning to SoftLedger? The average implementation time is around 45 days for 2 staff managing the implementation in addition to their normal duties. This time can vary depending on the size and complexity of the business in question. By the end of the 45 days, new SoftLedger users should be able to exclusively use the platform to run all desired finance processes. Are there any upfront costs like implementation fees? The implementation fee is on average around $2,500 depending on what is agreed during the sales process. How many month-end cycles will it take for the transition to take place? SoftLedger is typically run in tandem with the pre-existing platform for 1 to 2 month-end cycles. By month 3 at the latest, SoftLedger can normally be used exclusively. Is there a best time of year to make the transition? Avoiding busier times of year like year-end reporting deadlines and busy seasonal periods is best practice. The SoftLedger team are on hand and ready to assist throughout the year with the implementation process. How many staff should be allocated to the changeover process? We recommend a minimum of 2 staff. Now for a recap. The transition process typically takes around 45 days, and normally 2 members are needed to manage the transition in addition to their regular duties. The SoftLedger Customer Success Manager and VP of Customer Success are on hand during the process to provide support. Stages 2 to 5 covers a deep dive into the data to be transitioned, like report setup and mapping, configuration, opening balances and historical data validation, while stages 6 to 8 include detailed training sessions using screen shares and recorded materials for later reference. We expect most businesses to be fully transitioned to SoftLedger in a maximum of 2 month ends. Thank you for listening to the presentation. If you have any queries, please contact us on email via info@softledger.com.